Great day, everyone. Great day. It is Friday, May 22nd, 2026. I'm Matthew Levi. This is the Oracle. Another week has gone by. And it's been a good week for me. It's been a good week for me personally. I've had a really good week. Met up with a young man on Monday. I had a client session on Monday. Met up with a young man for lunch on Friday. Had a really good lunch and great conversation. And then Wednesday had another client session. Yesterday was touch day off. Had a nice relaxing day. And here we are today, Friday. And I woke up like I always do every morning and asked, what do I need to know today? The answer was kind of interesting. Pretty simple though. And it was choices. We all have choices to make. We all have that free will choice, but we need to remember that those choices are not free of consequence. Even the choices of, in sort of the Taoist philosophy of non-action, even the choice of non-action has a consequence. And right now, across the globe and across the world, especially today, as Uranus Kazumi's with the sun today in Gemini, and things get shook up, as well as all the other transits, the Mars-Venus sextile, and all the stuff going on with Mercury there, with the sun in Gemini, and it trining Pluto and all this stuff. Just lots of whirling energies today. That I think it's important to remember as I sit here and choose my words carefully, right? Choose how you speak to each other. Choose to speak better. Choose to see each other better. Choose to treat each other better, because the consequences of good action multiply, just like the consequences of bad action, and choosing to talk destructively or maliciously or see people in a certain way. Right now, we all have a choice to make as individuals and as a collective in the direction we want to take our lives and what we want to do for the future of our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren, and where we're going. And I don't think if you're observant that you can look around and observe the actions going on from the choices that generations before us have made, as well as the choices that we are continuing to make in choosing to continue to exploit each other, exploit the planet and the resources on the planet, and where it's gotten us. You can see all the chaos and the destruction if you really pay attention. The death and the destruction, the war, the pestilence, the attempts to control and manipulate your thoughts, your mind, your choices, especially here in the West. We have lots of choices, and sometimes we need to make the hard choice, and that is to do what's right for each other. And this is where you need to choose to not be in service to self, but in service to others, and help continue to raise that frequency and that vibration here on the planet of community, and that we're all in this together. If you continue to choose to see yourself as separate from, then it just makes life harder. Here in the West, here in the States, midterms are coming up, and all this election cycle and all these ads, and I'm just seeing more and more tribalism really being put out there. And that's a choice, to choose to believe that you're know better than somebody else, or you're better than somebody else. And we're not. We're not. We're all the same. We're all the same. And we need to recognize that we all want the same things, that we're all arguing and fighting over essentially the same things. You know, our freedom to choose, our freedom to live our lives the way we see fit, and whether or not we choose to try to impose it on somebody else. And I see a lot of that going on too. And I really think that needs to come to an end, because that's the consequences that come from those actions are what we're dealing with. Those choices that were made for us by our parents, by our grandparents, great-grandparents, generations for millennia. And like I said, we're at a point now where we just have to choose to do better, choose to be better. So just remember that there are consequences for your choices, even what you choose to think and what you choose to believe. You know, you get to choose the thoughts that come through your head. You get to choose to believe negatively about yourself or positively about yourself. You get to choose to believe that this philosophy or this ideology is right and this one is wrong. You get to choose. Just remember that they come with consequences. And if we start choosing and living better and living more consequently, then I think we could move forward as a species to a better place. That's just my thoughts this morning. But that was the message that came to me this morning was yes, you have choice, you have free will choice, but you're not free from the consequences of those choices. So just remember that today. I think that's pretty simple, but also quite powerful. Just my thoughts. Anyway, just wanted to hop on here this morning and deliver that message. Wish you all the best for this weekend and the week ahead, because, like I said, there's a lot of energy, a lot of potent transits happening today. So be on the lookout, be more discerning, practice the pause before you just react, you know, maybe choose your words a little better, and how you communicate, because it's getting stirred up today with that Uranus, Gazemi, and Gemini today. So all about the communication, but we've got some gifts here with the harmonious aspect between Mars and Venus, the masculine and the feminine. But again, we have to learn to alchemize that stuff, balance those energies within us, and bring those in harmony and choose good action. So anyway, that's all I've got for today. I thank you all. I appreciate you all. Much love to each and every one of you. Make good choices today. Be consequent in your actions. And till next time, be well.